Hello and welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. More education department fun to discuss today, as the education department says 10 million FAFSA forms are complete. But first, anytime you hear a topic on the podcast, you want to dive deeper, get to know more about it, you can always find the article associated with the audio at thecollegeinvestor.com. Also, follow, like all the things on social media. We are pretty much anywhere you are. Just type in the words The College Investor and you'll find us. All right, let's do this. FAFSA time. The U.S. Department of Education announced that more than 10 million free application for federal student aid or FAFSA forms for the 26-27 academic year have been completed and not just completed, but processed this application cycle. That represents a 17% increase over the number of applications completed at this point during the previous year, and a 487% jump compared to 2 years ago, when the Biden administration's botched rollout of a redesigned FAFSA form left millions of families waiting months for processing. Yikes. The department credited the improvement to what it called the earliest FAFSA launch in history. A quote from the U.S. Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, said this in a statement, quote, "The Trump administration continues to deliver historic and timely updates to the form, ensuring that students and families can make informed decisions while applying for financial aid." End quote. Updated college scorecard and earnings data. So alongside the FAFSA numbers, the department announced updates to the college scorecard, a digital comparison tool that lets students and families evaluate schools based on outcomes like graduation rates, cost, and earnings. The latest refresh includes new data on what students earn 4 years after graduation, covering the 2017-2018 and 2018-2019 completion cohorts. The department also improved the scorecard's search function, allowing users to compare student outcomes by field of study rather than just by institution. That means a student weighing an engineering degree at one school versus like a business degree at another can now see earnings data broken out by program. Very cool. The FAFSA Earnings Indicator, a flag that warns students when a school's graduates earn below a certain threshold, also received a data refresh. Since the indicator launched in December 2025, roughly 25% of students who saw the low earnings flag removed that school from their FAFSA and selected a different institution. The department stressed that the flag is meant to inform, not restrict student choices. FAFSA improvements: easier forms, less fraud. The department highlighted several changes to the FAFSA process itself. A redesigned contributor invite system now lets students share a personalized code with a parent or other contributor, simplifying the process of completing multi-party applications. On fraud prevention, the department said it reversed what it characterized as years of neglect, identifying and eliminating fraudulent FAFSA submissions that it claims saved federal taxpayers more than $1 billion last year. And looking ahead, the upcoming 27 and 28 FAFSA form will pre-populate returning students' data from prior submissions, cutting down the time needed to renew financial aid applications each year. Finally, technology, you know? Here's what this means for students and families right now. So for households in the middle of college planning, maybe you're in that boat, the practical takeaway is that the FAFSA process is running closer to its intended timeline. Yippee! The earnings data updates do matter too. Families are increasingly asked to weigh the return on investment of a college degree, and having program-level earnings information available during the application process just gives students some concrete data point before they commit to thousands of dollars in debt. By the way, you don't have to go to college in debt. There's lots of ways to avoid that at thecollegeinvestor.com, but I digress. The 25% figure on students who changed their school selection after seeing the low earnings flag is pretty notable here. It suggests the transparency tool is influencing real decisions, though it remains to be seen whether those students are choosing higher earning programs or just looking at a flag and going, oh, I better avoid that, So the department confirmed the 27-28 FAFSA is on track for an October 1st release. It's pretty good, which would mark the second consecutive on-time launch after years of delays, which is notable because those delays were with a much bigger staff. Very interesting. And we'll keep our eye on everything Department of Education related so that you can have all the updated information you need. You can also find more inside this article at thecollegeinvestor.com. And we'd love to just help you along wherever you are on your college journey, your money journey in general. We'd love to help you. All you got to do is search for the words The College Investor on social media or pretty much anywhere you are. Let's connect and talk about it. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and we'll talk to you again real soon.